Let's get the details of today's trade with Deborah Costrin at the NYSE. Deborah?
Well, Pim, as we closing out a little bit higher, and that also kind of mirrors what we saw this week. The major averages this week, the Dow Jones Industrial average up 0.4% for the week. The S&P also gaining a little more than 0.5%, and the same thing for the NASDAQ. So just pretty much a 0.5% gain across the board for the week. And take a look at our major averages year to date. In Friday's session, one of the things that we did see, the Dow Jones Industrial average for the first time this year, at least closing out now positive for the year, up just slightly there, up a little more than 0.25% year to date. The S&P still holding strong, 4.76%, and of course the NASDAQ year to date, clearly it's been the big winner for some time now, up 17.87% for the year. Utility stocks, the best performers, not only in Friday's session, but also the best performers in the S&P for the past week. Utilities, of course, they are very big dividend payers, and with yields, they've been moving around recently. It's certainly been interesting to see all the moves in utilities recently. Utility stocks doing well today. Also, telecom stocks also doing well. And many traders say if you look at what is kind of doing well right now, it's a little more the defensive type stocks, mainly because there seems to be concern that maybe this certainly isn't a typical recovery. So buying the cyclical stocks may not work in this kind of environment. So what we are seeing, telecom, utility stocks doing quite well. And bank stocks, actually the second best performers this week in the S&P, getting a lift on Friday after Bank of America got some positive comments for the fifth time over the past week. On Friday, it was Stifel Nicolaus saying that they too see higher profit for Bank of America ahead. And crude oil, that has been a hot topic this week. On Thursday, crude oil topping $73 a barrel after China increasing their imports. But crude oil retreating in Friday's session for the first time in 4 days, closing at $72.20 a barrel. Crude oil up 62% this year, mainly as the dollar has been dropping. And as crude has been rising, transports have been moving lower. UPS and FedEx, though, leading the declines in the trucking companies in Friday's session. That was after Morgan Stanley saying in a report that they will likely underperform the railroads. And next week, we get reports on housing starts and also building permits. Lately, some of these housing reports, they've been a little bit mixed, some good and some not so good. And so a lot of reason that some investors are wondering how much of a recovery in the economy we're actually seeing at this point. That's it from here, Pim. Now back to you.
Thank you very much, Deborah Costrin, reporting from the NYSE.